G'day everybody, welcome back to another weekly tipping video on the channel. In this video today, we'll be taking a look at my tips for round 5 of the 2022 AFL season. If you're going to enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. Let's get straight into it with my tips from last week. Okay, so my tips from round 4, I finally managed to break the barrier of 4 out of 9 and get 5 out of 9, so I'll take it, an improvement. And we kick it off with Port Adelaide versus Melbourne. Pretty sure nearly everybody tipped the Demons. It feels really hard to believe that Port are actually 0-4. It is just crazy, but they kind of deserve to really be 0-4. Their list, I still feel, is overrated, but it's still a very good list, but they just cannot execute at the moment. They feel like they have a non-existent forward line with Dixon out, 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐼𝙗 out as well. Feels like they're leaking a lot of goals, and yeah, pretty obvious the Demons were going to get the job done. Cats versus the Lions. I stuck fat and went for the home team, and they got the job done, the Cats, which is great to see. Really entertaining game, goal for goal affair. Construction workers getting involved with the pill as well, which is awesome to see. And yeah, just a high quality game of footy, and the Cats were victorious. Those two teams for sure, I reckon, will be top 4 sides heading into September. Nearly the upset of the season, the Swans only winning by 11 points against North Melbourne. This was just an absolute arm wrestle of a game. North Melbourne seemed to be a really good opportunity of winning this game, but the Swans, they just always seem to do it. They just clench back and went under pressure, and they get the job done and win by 11 points. 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐾 kicking the sealer. And yeah, it could possibly be question marks for the Swans, but I still back him in as a top 4, top 6 quality side. You're going to have good weeks, you're going to have bad weeks, and to North's credit, that's probably the best footy they've played in a very long time. So credit to them, and if they keep on playing like that, I'm sure they'll get around 8 to 9 wins a season. Collingwood versus West Coast. Now, this was a proper upset. West Coast, again, having a lot of players out like 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐾, Gaff, all those really quality premiership plays for the Eagles. And yeah, they were just victorious in this one, and such a brave and excellent win. Very effective in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter where the Pies just cannot execute. To be fair, they did have 𝐷𝐸 and Taylor Adams out, the Pies, but I just feel it's such a poor loss for the Pies because they should have capitalised. They're now 2-2, and they have a risk of going 2-3 when they head to Brisbane to take on the Lions Thursday night, where they really could have been 4-0. But yeah, it's still not really too concerned yet with the Pies. They're still playing some nice footy, so yeah, they'll just fix up those cobwebs and yeah, hopefully play better fourth quarter footy. Tigers versus Bulldogs here, and I tipped the Bulldogs, but it was just simply their inaccuracy cost them the game. Key backs, they had Cordy out, they had Keith out in this game, so it was just going to be such a struggle with players like Lynch just starring, kicking 4 goals, and this seriously looks like a decent side, the Tigers. I have them in the top 8 this year, so I feel like they're going to bounce back. I can definitely sense them as maybe a bit of an inconsistent side, but I'm definitely not writing them off for a finals side. And yeah, they were just excellent against the Bulldogs, and yeah, Bulldogs are now 1-3, so could be a few question marks in front of them, but I still feel like they're going to be a finals side, so yeah, they should be alright. Just need to focus on accuracy, of course. Fremantle versus the Giants. I went for the risky tip, and I thought the Giants could get a brave win over in the West. Looked like it could be. They were down by 2 points at 3/4 time, but Fremantle just simply ran away with it in the fourth quarter. And Fremantle, I think, could really be a decent chance of the top 6 because they're kind of under the radar at the moment, and they have an excellent list of players. They're 3-1. Their contested footy, the turnover footy game is very good. And yeah, they're going to be a smoky chance, I reckon, of probably the top 4. Who knows? And I know another team that will be a smoky chance, the St Kilda Saints, beating the Hawks. They were just magnificent. Wow, that was probably the best quality footy we've seen, maybe out of any team yet this season. Such a good performance. Sinclair, Bradley Hill, Max King were just all stars. Crouch as well. It looks like a well-oiled machine at the moment, St Kilda. And yeah, consistency, as I said before the start of the season, that's something I really need to improve on, and let's hope they do that. And yeah, fantastic win over the Hawks. Then we had Essendon versus the Crows, tipped the Bombers, and yeah, they just managed to squeeze home. And credit to the Crows, they were very brave, played some really good quality footy too. Laird, Keys, Jordan Dawson, Rochelle had such a blinder of a last quarter, but yeah, the Dons, I just felt that with the help of the home field advantage, they would get home, and they sure did by only 4 points. Great game that was. And the final game of the round, we had the Suns take on Carlton. I thought the Blues would just head over there and pick up a nice solid win in the hot and humid conditions, but the Suns were fantastic, and as I said, I rate the Suns entirely. Like, they are really a competitive side. Even without Ben King, they're playing awesome footy, and yeah, they were just physical, harder than Carlton, and Maybe a few question marks with Carlton, who knows. I still think they're going to be a good side and they'll make finals. But yeah, question marks on Cripps as well. Let's hope his hamstring is okay. So yeah, 5 out of 9 for the round. I guess I'll take it. Let's hope we can do better for round 5. Okay, so before we kick it off with the tips for round 5, we do the usual. We check the top 10 of my tipping competition leaderboard. By the way, fellas, if you're yet to join, links in the description. Make sure to join up the 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐿 tipping competition. There is some cash up for grabs for the top finishes at the end of the season, so make sure to join up, and yeah, plenty of fun too. But anyway, here's the top 10. We've got Denmaster 45 with 32 points, 9th 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐿 Jones with 33 points, 8th ESPN Fiend with 34, 7th 𝘬𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐾ramer with 34, 6th Willie and the Doggies with 37, 5th Jason Raiders with 37, 4th Fedis 77 with 39 points, 3rd 𝐼𝐻𝐾oBoom2 with 39 points, 2nd Batcherooney with 39 points, and first Banger Harvey, he's been up the top 10 for sure with 41 points. So yeah, that's how it's looking so far. Rightio, so let's kick it off with the tips round 5, and we've got a Thursday night special, Brisbane Lions versus the Collingwood Magpies at the Gabba. Last time the Lions did play at the Gabba, they were just exceptional against North Melbourne, and I feel like it's kind of a fortress over there at the Gabba. They play really good footy at home, the Lions, and last time these two teams played at this venue last season, the Lions absolutely smashed the Pies, and the Pies coming off a bit of a poor loss, and now versing a side who's really a top 4 quality side. I just can't see really the Pies winning this game. Could be a bit of a fight from them, which I can definitely see, but I feel like Lions' class and more experience in their list could get the job done, and they're going to win this game. Oh, the margin, look, as I said, it could be close, and I feel like it could be throughout the contest, but the Lions, I reckon, will run away with it and win by 22 points. Now for the Good Friday games, and we've got North Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs, the usual Good Friday game at 4:20 at Marvel Stadium. Obviously this game last year, the Bulldogs, Josh Bruce kicked 10, and they won by over 100 points. I don't feel like this will be the case this time. North Melbourne, geez, I feel like you never know with this game. Bulldogs haven't been in great form, and North Melbourne have played the game of their lives, so it really could be a decent contest. But you're really backing the Doggies here to get the 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐿, and I'm going to do so. They're going to fix on accuracy, and look, they'll probably fix up a few things. They'll have 𝐸𝐸 back, they'll have Keith back, and they were exceptional against the Swans, so they'll probably find form again. And yeah, Norton just really needs to fix on his accuracy and his set shots, so they'll be doing that plenty in the training track this week, you'd imagine, and they're going to run away with it and win by 30 points. Then we have the West Coast Eagles taking on the Swans at Optus Stadium, 7:40 p.m. You've got the Eagles coming off a magnificent and probably one of their best wins in a little while. And then the Swans, look, they did get the win, but yeah, I still feel like there could be a few concerns. They haven't really played the best sort of footy in the last 2 weeks. And now considering that the West Coast have got sort of that advantage, of course they're playing at Optus, which is such a fortress, and they have a lot of confidence with that win over the Magpies. This could really be a close contest. But for me, I feel like the Swans will get the win. They're just such a brave side playing away. They play their best footy, it seems, away. They never really play their best quality footy at home in the SCG. Always like to play away. And yeah, they're going to head onto the road and really pick up a solid win, I feel. West Coast, I said this will be a really close contest. I believe it will be such a really brutal hit out. But the Swans, they're without Buddy Franklin, but I reckon they'll adjust to that very nicely. Logan McDonald will come back in. Hayden McLean will hopefully have a better game. And yeah, they're going to run away with this game and win by 11 points. Now for the Saturday games, and we've got St Kilda taking on the Gold Coast Suns at Marvel Stadium. Both teams with excellent wins last week. And yeah, this is a bit of a head scratcher. Gold Coast, from what we've seen, they haven't really played the greatest away so far. Not a great performance against the Giants, but I think I have to go with the Saints here. It's one of those teams, the Saints, where it's such a pain to pick, because if you tip them, they'll lose. If you don't tip them, they'll win. But I'm just going to keep on backing them in here. I reckon they'll be on a bit of a streak, because that was a really, really good win against the Hawks. I know it isn't the best quality of opposition they did play, but it's just showing something. I feel like they've got something going here, and yeah, I'm just going to keep on backing them in. Gold Coast, yeah, they'll really put up a competitive fight like they did, like they have been doing this whole season. But yeah, St Kilda, I'm going to back them in, and they're going to run away with it. And yeah, I think it's going to be a convincing win again, and they'll win by 27 points. Now Adelaide versus Richmond at the Adelaide Oval, and yeah, this is going to be, this is a tough one to pick really, because the Crows really showed a really good fight against the Dons in Melbourne, and they're going to come back and hopefully produce some sort of a similar display in front of a home crowd. And that just it's such a fortress over there at the Adelaide Oval. And Richmond, they had an excellent win too against the Doggies, let's not forget that. So it's kind of going to be like, who you're going to really pick. It could be a bit of a 50-50 game, but just considering, I feel like Adelaide they just seem to have a bit more momentum at the moment. I feel excellent win against Port, really good display against the Dons, where I completely pretty much written them off. I'm going to go with the home team here. I think they're going to pick up a really solid win against the Tigers. Going to be a close game. I feel it is going to be close. And let's not forget Taylor Walker returned to the Crows side and was just phenomenal. And now he's in front of a home side. He's going to lift. And Crows will get the chockies in this one, I reckon. And they'll win by 8 points. Now for Melbourne versus the GWS Giants at the MCG. Really safe option, of course, to go with the Demons. They're yet to lose. Whilst the Giants, last time they played at the G, they were not good at all really against the Tigers. So they were really solid, I felt, for 3 quarters against the Fremantle Dockers, but just a lack of discipline and just failing to really show maximum effort in that 4th quarter cost them the game. And against a full quality, high quality Demons side, I'm just going to keep on tipping them, because why shouldn't I? They are playing excellent footy, and they'll get a comfortable win, I feel, and win by 26 points. Now for Carlton versus Port Adelaide, Sunday game. Interesting matchup here, because Port Adelaide have a chance to attack here at Carlton's open wounds, I guess you can say, because with Cripps out, not really his strongest performance, this could be an opportunity for Port to take their first win and affect Carlton's momentum a bit. And it's still a tough tip, because Port Adelaide, they're 0-4 and they're not playing the greatest footy, so you can't really give them the tip for the sake of it with their list. But it's a really tough one to choose. Footy is truly an unpredictable sport, and I just can't really see Port Adelaide doing much against the Blues with this game, because they didn't kick a goal the whole first half at their home ground against the Demons on Thursday night. And as I say, footy is unpredictable, but I feel like they're going to actually get their first win of the season here. Carlton are probably going to be heavy favourites in this game, but something's telling me, sometimes you just got to make those just completely random tips and think, how they're going to win this. But remember, Port, they still have a good list, and they're going to head to the MCG and pick up a solid win. I know their forward line is really struggling, but Geordie Artis, Todd Marshall, they're players that really need to stand up, and they're going to have a big performance, I feel. And Port Adelaide, they're going to win this one, and they'll win by 12 points. Now for Essendon versus Fremantle at Marvel Stadium. I really did think the Dons would just run away with it and just have a really strong performance against the Adelaide Crows, because they had played 3 top 4 sides in the first 3 rounds, and I thought, finally they're going to play a low quality side, and this will be kind of the benchmark. And they weren't fully convincing. And because of that, I feel like Freo are really on a roll at the moment. They're 3-1. They're playing excellent football. Such an exciting young list. Got great young talent. And they are building onto something, I reckon, Freo. And I'm going to be tipping them here. And they're going to win by 26 points. And for the Easter Monday game, we've got the classic Hawthorn versus Geelong at the MCG. Always a really good game, this one, because it just seems to be close between these two sides all the time. Classic rivalry, of course, let's not forget. Hawthorn really did get their pants pulled down against St Kilda last time out. And look, I feel like you just got to go Geelong here. Hawks, they could really pull off the unpredictable like they have this season so far. But Geelong just are too primed of a side at the moment. Really high quality football they've played this season so far. And I'm just going to back them in here. High quality players, I'll bring back in Selwood, I imagine. And against the Lions, they were excellent. I know it was at 𝐼𝐴, but I'm just going to keep on going with them here. Hawks, they'll probably bounce back a bit, but I'm just going to go with the Cats here. Seems like they're more of a safer option. I'm just going to stick with my guns here. And Cats will win a convincing one, I reckon, again. And this could be the start of the slipping for the Hawks, because I tipped them as the wooden spoon. But who knows, could be a close contest, but Geelong will win by 36 points. So everyone, there are my tips for round 5. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you wanted to enjoy. Feel free to comment down below, fellas, of what you think of my tips. Feel free to comment down yours too. Love to hear your fellas' tips too. Last round was just such a high quality one, round 4. It was really entertaining to watch. Let's hope that can be the occurrence in round 5. And there's my tips for round 5, fellas. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I'll talk to you later. See you later, fellas.